Okay, welcome back everybody. Okay, so last video I decided to start this a multi-level sort of job on a slope tutorial, and we're just going to keep on going with it. So hopefully those who saw the previous video know that they needed to take a screenshot of this and try and reproduce something similar, or something they can relate to. Okay, so now we're just going to go through the process of creating the topography. Okay, so we have done this before. We've done it a couple of times, a couple of videos, but this time we're adding quite a bit, some pretty decent types of slope. So we go Mass and Insight, and we're going to go to our topo surface. Oh, before we do that, just remember, from the site plan, by default, our topo surface will should appear. So, sorry, back to that topo surface. Okay, so we're still going to be creating the topo surface by placing points, because I don't have a CAD file imported to work with. So this is what we're going to use. So I'm going to start from the left and I'm going to work my way to the right. Okay, so and I'm looking down here, and it says here I've got an RL of 1.00 meters. Okay, so that's in meters, that's what surveyors work in. However, so I need to change my elevation to 1000 millimeters, because that's what Revit wants to work in. So I've changed it to 1000 and snap to that end of the contour and that end to that contour. Now theoretically Revit will join those two dots together because they're the same height, but I'll put one in the middle just for argument's sake. If you have contours that are on a curve, you would have to map out multiple dots to basically follow that curve. Okay, so now we're going to repeat the process. We've got an RL of 1.2 meters, so we change our elevation to 1200, and again 1, 2, 3, and we're starting to see the top of surface being built. And we're going to repeat that process, okay, for all of these contours. Now, while I'm doing this, okay, just remember that the more points you throw into a topo surface, the more accurate it will be. We're on the 1.6 meter line now. Okay, but also remember that it will the more complex something is, the bigger the file it will become. So they will start chewing through your file size if you're not careful. This one won't. If you do something like this, this is nice and small, it's not going to be a big deal. There's our 2 meter done. 2.2 meters. Okay, so this is the sharp point of the slope. Okay, and now we're 2.4 meters. It's a pretty easy process. So, and then we've got one over here, all the way over here, 2.6, which is indicating to us that this section here, we've got a much more gentle slope, so there's only 200 millimeters from there to there. Okay, so I've mapped up all of those points there. Okay, all I need to now do is click the check mark to finish the job, and let's have a look and change our graphic styles a little bit. I'll go consistent colors. Okay, there it is there. If I go into 3D, okay, again, consistent colors, just so I can see things. So I've changed that to an elevation view. Okay, we can see that slope go down. Now it's not as steep as I thought it would be. I was hoping for something a bit sharper, but we'll work with that. We'll try and create ourselves some problems with the design, so that we get to utilise more tools and figure things out. So we could start seeing things like retaining walls, building pads with slopes, a range of different things that we can be playing with to sort of see what happens. Okay, so until that, I'm going to leave you now, and we will see you later.